Hey everyone, a nerd named Mark here. I'm sick right now, but Power Rangers Once and Always dropped last night on midnight on Netflix. I had to watch it. Ooh, that was something. Just a warning, there's gonna be spoilers a lot. Uh, but before I get into what happened, I want to kind of give you the backstory of me as a Power Ranger fan. Obviously, I read all the comics, been reading them since they started. I have the original comics too that came out in the 90s. I am 37 years old. I was 6 or 7 when Power Rangers started. And it was something that shaped my childhood. I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. Uh, yeah, I fell off keeping up with it over the years, but I always come back like watch some like Forever Red and some of the specials, and I will say that this was such a good film. It was a short film, it was like 54, 55 minutes, but this special was really good. It really did well for the memory of Trini, who was acted by Thoy Trang. I'm really bad with names, and obviously, in memory of Jason David Frank as well. Um, it the way they handled the Trini stuff was really well. The main plot is basically spoilers right now. Spoilers. So obviously we know the villain's Robo Rita. How this all happened was Billy, who now has like Cranston Industries, he rebuilt the command center below his tech company's main building. They don't really explain how he got off of Aquitar, but I'm okay with that. He is trying to find Zordon. He's after the big Z wave he did. Billy basically finds a way to kind of isolate it and bring it into the little tube. And when he does this, basically Rita gets out. And it's Robo Rita because the essence of her possesses Alpha 8 and turns into Robo Rita. This is how her origin. Now, I know I'm not in chronological order because it actually starts off with Billy, uh, you know, fighting putties and then the Rangers showing up. The Green Ranger as well, which we'd have to put too much thought into for the Green Ranger showing up. Like, listen, this is one of the things if you want to care about continuity and nitpick, you're not going to enjoy this. I'm going in as a kid who, with the mindset of the kid who watched Power Rangers every Saturday, went to soccer practice, set back then the VCR to record because it aired while I was at soccer games. So, I go home watch the tape unless there was when there was no soccer. Saturday morning, getting up, do my chores, get my breakfast, watch Power Rangers. So, keeping that mindset is how you're going to enjoy things like this. Like I've seen the tweets, people nitpicking it because I stayed off social media while I watched it. Right when I was done watching, I was like, all right, what are people saying on Twitter? And obviously, there's a lot of nitpicking of continuity and dialogue. And the stats like, dude, this encapsulated the essence of '90s Power Rangers. Okay, where if you wanted something like the 2017 movie or something like a Christopher Nolan film or that's not what you're getting. Like Pookie and everyone else who worked on this gave us literally a Power Rangers special that felt like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And they like I said, they handled Trini's character and death and everything really well. Rita actually goes to try and kill Billy, and Trini jumps in the way to take the blast. Uh, that's basically it. And then we get a time jump to one, and we see, Zach and Billy at Trini's house trying to explain how they're going to explain this to Min, her daughter, that she died. They're like, we got to tell her Billy's on the side of telling her everything, the Power Rangers, this and that she deserves to know. It'll make more sense. Whereas Zach's like, we gotta keep this a secret, and Min overhears it, and then we get a year later. There's a time jump, and I was like, okay. And my favorite part about this is like I I know we're going with the OGs, which is Zach and Billy, because Rocky and Cat and this and that, they weren't original first round Rangers. The dynamic between Walter and David is still just like really good, both from character and acting standpoint. I feel like Billy as a character, like David Yost did overact a bit, but like their dynamic is so good. Like they have such good chemistry. on screen. Like two of my favorite characters. I know everyone liked being Red Ranger or Green Ranger. I always liked Billy and Zach. Those were my two favorites from my Morphin Power Rangers. So to see them at the forefront of this was just so good. I enjoyed that a lot. And we find out Zach's now Min's care guardian. Apparently, Zach was in Congress and he just gave that up completely to be her guardian, to take care of her and raise her. So I was like, all right, that's really cool. I enjoyed that side of things. Uh, so Robo Rita's back, but she actually brought two Robo versions of Minotaur and Snizzard, which we saw in the trailers. I think it's very intriguing those two were picked. Um, did not mind it at all. And Snizzard's able to bite and paralyze the Rangers, and Rita ends up capturing Tommy, uh, Jason, and Kimberly. And the whole plot is she's draining them of their powers to power this machine that's going to allow her to basically time travel and go and give her the knowledge she has to the OG Vita as she awakens, and to kill the Power Rangers while they're still kids before they become Power Rangers. And I was like, okay, simple enough plot to follow. Very easy to follow, honestly. That's it. Man, the callbacks and everything else in this were just so good. I I can't get over enough how much this just felt like Power Rangers. And I think the cheesiness and everything else, like the camp of it, that's always been the essence of this show. That's what made it charming, and they kept that in this. Yes, I can nitpick. There are things that I would nitpick about this. One, Billy never said more phenomenal. That bothered me so much. So I was like, that's his catchphrase. I wanted to hear it one time. Um, you know, or just the CG of the Megazord was just not good. But at the same time, like, because it's what they say Power Rangers is a kid show, but this is a 30th anniversary, so this is for basically it's for new generation, but it's mainly to pull the nostalgia from people like me who watched this when they were kids as it was airing every week. Uh, so that stuff kind of sent me. I was like, kind of pulled me out of it. But at the same time, it's like, man, it doesn't affect how much I enjoyed it though. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people are just like, oh, the CG was horrible. This ruined it for me. I'm like, it didn't ruin it for me, honestly. All right, remember the freaking '90s movie in theaters? That CG, that was like, let's not talk about bad CG. I wish there was suitmation, but at the end of the day, this is what we got. Um, it there was such a nice. I'm not gonna recap the whole entire movie. Okay, honestly, I'm not. There's a lot of nice stuff. Some of the stuff where you know, Billy, they needed help. So Billy and Alpha 9 made like proxy coins, and they were able to get Cat and Rocky back. And even they bring up, I thought Zordon said, he's like, yeah, but, this is it. Uh, and I was like, okay. Cause I was wondering how they were going to handle Cat and Rocky coming in and being, Rangers. And it was brought up to my attention that this was not a comic book reference, but it was a Ninja Steel reference because Kat brought up JJ, which is her and Tommy's son, and I only know from Soul of the Dragon JJ, so because I never saw Ninja Steel, so I thought it was a comic. I got excited. I was like, oh man, is that a Soul of the Dragon reference? And then I found out it was actually a reference from Ninja Steel. But I did like that seed's been planted because I'm like, ooh, okay. And there's it was nice to see Adam and Aisha again. I like there was a good amount of fan service in here, and like I said, I enjoyed it a lot. Like it was such a tribute to Trini's character and also Trang as an actress because she did lose her life in 2001. Even at the end, there was the splash image thing, and we got something for JDF also, which and it ended with Amy Jo Johnson playing the song from the episode. I always forget the name of the song, and it tugged on the strings. Like I was like, damn, like especially because JDF, we just lost him late last year, and you know it was. it was such a good special, and it was good. It had heart to it. You know, Min becoming the Yellow Ranger as a passing of the torch thing, and the actress who played Min killed it in this special. Like I was like, damn, she did such a great job, and I think she kind of embodied all of us when she did finally become the Yellow Ranger, and then when she's in the Zord with Billy, and it was kind of weird to me because they had, you know, Billy doing the roll call for It's Morphin Time. They had Zach doing it, and I get it because they're the OGs. It just threw me off a bit because I was like, oh man, this this is weird because I don't like. I was like, all right, and we got hip hop keto. A lot of the fighting sequences were pretty damn good. I do enjoy the juice bar fighting as well as when they're fighting in the streets. Really good. This played like more of an episode of Power Rangers than an actual film, and I do appreciate that style of how they did it because like I don't know if it was a full fledged film if it would have worked as much. Like if this was like an hour and 20 minutes, like if there's another 25 minutes to this, I could see maybe some more stuff being fleshed out. But at the end, by the time I was done watching it, I was like, man, I want a follow up. I even tweeted that. I was like, I would love a follow up, even if it's a one shot from Boom Studios as like a trade paperback. Um, I mean, I know they are. If well, I don't know rumors because there's nothing confirmed. If after Cosmic Fury they do a reboot, but it's like a follow up to this, where we have Min as the Yellow Ranger, kind of leading the way, and we have a new team, but we still keep some of the OGs around as like uh not just cameos, but a part of the plot, but not as Rangers, I'd be okay with that. Honestly, 100%. Like I would watch that like in a heartbeat. I'm like, yo, let me watch that. Um, but yeah, it was good. It was. I don't think it needed to be that deep, and it wasn't. But like I said, it was just a good thing of carrying on the legacy. The end with Min just talking with, you know, Walter. No, well, no, Zach and Billy. I'm gonna call them by their character names, like in the juice bar, and that was just like it tugs on you, it hits you because you're like, damn, like this was good. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it more, a couple more times, not like excessively in the same day, but I will be going more in depth this over this week because you know on Tokutonic Shift over on Zio Agado's channel, we're gonna be talking about it. And then also, I do believe I am going to be once again collaborating on stream with Rollover Queen, with Cosmic Ranger, and stuff like so. Like that's I'm going to be talking about it a lot on some streams that I'm going to be a part of, and I'm looking forward to all that to like kind of like you know talk with other people about it more in depth and get other people's opinions on things because I think this was great. Like if I had to rank this is like an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10 for me. I'm gonna the only reason why it's not perfect is like the CG. I can't overlook that. There were some funny moments and some like tongue in cheek stuff with like, you know, Cat at one point operating a crane, and as you know, the crane Zord. So I was like, all right, I see what you did there. And then we didn't get Bulk and Skull in the special, but there was a poster for their sandwich shop that got destroyed. Uh, and you know, obviously Ernie's Juice Bar. We got the Rad Bug 2, which was great. There was a little cheeky comment from Billy when Rocky landed a kick, a roundhouse kick, which I'm pretty sure was a subtle jab at how he was taken out in the Turbo movie, which I was like, damn. Um, Rocky once again losing his food because Alpha threw out his noodles. I did like it. Like Rocky is literally one of my favorite Reds. Uh, in the comic book right now, if you read the comic, like he like the character that they've been giving Rocky in the comics has been amazing, and I'm just like, yes, justice for Rocky, finally. But it was just nice. It was very, you know, they even did sound bits over earlier on with like you know Amy Jo Johnson, Jason Frake, and Austin St. John like talking. You know when they're fighting, they did some sound clips over. So I really appreciated all the nods they did. Do I think there could be more cameos in this? Snap? Sure, but for what we got and such an isolated focus on Zach, Billy, and Min, like it was really good. It was like I can't like praise it enough for what they gave us as a 30th anniversary for something so original. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments below what you thought. Sorry for the voice and everything else. Like, I think I have the flu. I really do. Like, I actually called out of work, which I don't normally do. Like, rarely do I ever call out of work. So, if I'm not as energetic as I normally am, it's because like I'm using all my energy right now just to sound like this. Like, I'm probably gonna start the rendering on this, and I'm just gonna go pass out for a couple hours. But I thank you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe button. I'm almost at 1,000. Let me know what you thought of Power Rangers once and always. And I will be putting community posts up and tweets when I'm going to be on other live streams talking about it, so you can check that out more in depth. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.